下位係司馬文先生。
Chairman, members, we fully support the 7 schemes, and we invite government to proceed as soon as possible to detailed studies, because they are local enhancement schemes. The only way to judge them or whether they make sense is to have much more detail locally about the cost, the benefits, not just only financially, but also on the environment and the travel or behavior of the passengers and the opportunities for the passengers. So the sooner we see those details, the sooner we can have the discussion correctly. We should avoid all rail above ground where possible as a principle to minimize impacts. It's a higher cost, but I think it reduces impacts on the community. As both the CEO of Designing Hong Kong and a district councillor in the Southern District responsible for Pok Fu Lam, we're extremely concerned about an above-rail option along Cyberport Road. We believe it's absolutely possible to have both a station at Queen Mary and a station in the Wafu area and a station in Cyberport without above an exposed rail line. So we want to see those options, and I think that if those options can be presented, that the community that I represent in Pok Fu Lam will support the rail. But it must be underground, not exposed. If it's exposed, we're going to have a lot of opposition in the neighborhood, that is for sure. In general, for the Hong Kong Island line and the idea for whether it should be a swap or an interchange arrangement, it's quite interesting to hear those who speak on behalf of people that may be impacted and will have to learn a new behavior they'll oppose. But I think we should look at it coldly in the benefit of Hong Kong as a whole. A swap arrangement will be a better deal for Hong Kong as a whole, and therefore Designing Hong Kong supports the swap arrangement. The longest and the greatest number of stations on each individual line will be a great benefit for the community as a whole. Some people will have to change behavior, and that is politically always an issue, but we'll have to get through it as a community because we win as a whole. Chairman, those are in general the comments on the rail line. I heard some comments this morning about pedestrianisation and pedestrian links. I have not made a submission on this, but Designing Hong Kong is working very hard looking at pedestrian issues. And pedestrian issues should be looked at not just as linkages between stations. We should look at how can we create great pedestrian neighborhoods and districts where the stations are part of it. So in addition to this railway development, can we at the same time really look at the district area pedestrian planning? Not just footbridges, not just tunnels. How does the networks of each district work, above ground, at ground, and below ground? Thank you.
Okay.